Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast. Joey Janela always goes in.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick-butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson and available wherever podcasts can be found. We record live on the Twitch at twitch.tv/Stephen Larson. It's always a lot of fun over there on the Twitch. We got 176 friendos with us right now. We just passed 200 subscribers on the Twitch. We're on road to 4K, Larson. What? How many is 4K again?
It's 4,000, man.
Oh, my God. That's so many.
We're 1/20th of the way there.
A long time. We got to get, you know what we got to do? We got to get Paige on our stream. That'll get us to 4K because, man, she has a lot of subscribers.
Has she passed 4,000 yet?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked in on her for a bit.
That was like her thing for a bit, was getting 4,000 subscribers. So
Yeah. So, Andy Milanakis also. He's aiming for 4K.
Is that a benchmark of some sort?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe just a big coincidence. I wanted to give a shout out real quick to some friendos. We got some new patrons in the house. So Friendo Club TV is sort of our underground pirate TV station thing that we got going on.
It's part of our all-inclusive initiative that is Friendo Club.
If you
spans all our platforms.
If you want to say it in the nerdiest way possible, sure, that's it. Today
it's a new initiative, Steve, and it's all-inclusive.
I got the memo. It's right here. Today on Friendo Club TV,
that was just the abstract. You didn't read the full thing.
We fantasy booked the worst Intercontinental Championship tournament because, of course, SmackDown is putting on a tournament for that vacant IC title.
Right.
That was a lot of fun. And then I played some WWE 2K16 Enzo Amore versus Simon Gotch. So
that was a hell of a bout, man.
Rules match. Oh, 5 stars easy. There's 3 ways to get access to Friendo Club TV. Man, it was a half hour. These things these aren't like 5-minute episodes. We're putting in half-hour episodes. Tomorrow is Pin, Lose, or Draw. It's our version of Win, Lose, or Draw. But with the Friendos,
it's a highlight of the week for me, man. It's a highlight of the week.
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite. It's absolutely great. But anyways, we've got a couple new patrons here. Andrew Connell, Aradom, Dan Barber, Anthony Kurth, Brendan, and Robbie Deschazer, or Deschazer. Not really sure which one. Also, update. Remember Eogan Lynch?
Mm-hmm.
I found out that Eogan is just the Irish way of saying Owen.
Oh.
Right? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, neat stuff. Anyways. And then, of course, shout out to Smoother Pete, who shaved the beard and the eyebrows. And I said that it looks like there is some fresh clone of Pete who busted out of the lab and is now on the lam.
Yeah.
Creepy, smoother clone Pete is now, and he's like kind of gooey, and he's just like running around the streets of London. Scary stuff.
Hair grows back, so.
Scary stuff. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways.
No, that you know the old wives' tale, the more you shave, it comes back thicker and fuller.
Yeah, that's definitely a wives' tale.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. You didn't know that? Seriously?
Sure about that? Tell it to Kramer.
Was that a thing on Seinfeld?
Yeah.
That's great.
Because he's wearing the robe in Jerry's apartment, and because Jerry was shaving his chest because he did it once. He was dating somebody. And,
it was the wolf
spoof
episode, huh?
And then he opened up his robe, and it was like a thick bush.
That's disgusting.
Because he was a lifeguard.
Also, a shout out to the Diddly Doodler, who is now a $50 patron. He drew us a thumbnail that I'm pretty much only going to use on Twitch. I'm actually going to use that on YouTube. Hopefully he doesn't hear that part of it. And so he keeps that Patreon pledge at $50, but whatever if he doesn't. So yeah. Oh, also shout out to, I think it was Cody Miles who supplied our actual picture for the YouTube thumb today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Cody.
AEW. Let me ask you something about AEW.
All right.
Why is it WWE's not taking advantage of how many goddamn people AEW had in that arena? because
Don't know.
my God, they had quite a few, and it really did make it feel more lively. The way they spaced out the people, the way that you could hear like
Well, they had like a
cheers and
whole
boos.
section of just random people up in the stands themselves too.
If you're an essential business, you're not limited to people that you can have there. Just do. I mean, honestly, like if I don't know what the availability or how realistic it would be to do this, but AEW's been very open about how they're testing everybody.
Yeah, they said it on the show today.
Up.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't WWE do the same thing? Why wouldn't they? Daly's Place looks fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like a really cool venue.
It really does. And then you sprinkle a bunch of people in there. And I mean, obviously it's not the spectacle of 5,000, but I mean, why wouldn't they
It's some noise, I know, yeah.
Why don't you just like defurlough all your people, hire back everybody who was an employee? And I mean, because if they don't want to have the wrestlers out there, I kind of get that because they're not involved in stories. It's a different dynamic between WWE and AEW. But and so AEW kind of makes sense for wrestlers to be out there. But WWE can like hire, like just bring them all down if they want, like people like to populate a venue.
Maybe the idea is unless it's a full house, to hell with it.
That's what I thought too, but man, I thought AEW looked great tonight. I thought it was.
Well, the thing too, I mean, like on main roster, I get that. If you're going to try to, well, that's assuming if you're in an actual arena, if you're in the performance center, as tight quarters as what that is. Same with kind of Full Sail arena. They're both smaller venues, so if you have a dozen people, 20 people in there, it's going to seem like potentially more people than are actually there, as opposed to you have 20, 30 people in an actual, full-size arena.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a drop in the bucket, man. That's not going to make any difference. They're going to make your product look, bad. But having a handful of people potentially at Full Sail, I don't know why they don't do it. There's got to be some sort of philosophical thing.
I would think so too. I mean, I don't know. It's funny because like every once in a while, okay. So for example, when they started using the camera, the camera facing the ramp, and it was after AEW started doing that by like a week or so. Everybody's like, oh, they're doing that because it's like, well, even if they're doing it because it's a good idea. Like, who cares if they're ripping anybody off? It's just a better idea.
Yeah.
You would think this would be one of those things where they may look at that and say, hey, you know what? Just to jazz things up a little bit, let's do that. Because just the empty arena stuff is just... But AEW was fine. It was a fun show tonight. I thought that it was... It did a decent job of building to Double or Nothing without doing anything too spectacular. I thought that Nyla Rose legitimately made me laugh out loud tonight.
Yeah,
she
I
was
know.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that punctuating line on her attack
Her
on
delivery is so great.
Sheeta. It's
really
pretty good.
is.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was a fun episode. We're gonna get something called something that we actually mentioned last week that we thought somebody asked, what's the next thing they could do, and we said take it to the football field.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised the last thing they didn't take it to the football field, but they're going to take it to the football field. Stadium Stampede match.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're going to brawl, have a match inside the Jaguar Stadium. So we learned that, and we also learned that Mike Tyson, baddest man on the planet, is going to be presenting the TNT Championship to the winner of that Cody Lance Archer bout at Double or Nothing. That's a pretty huge get for All Elite Wrestling.
That's awesome. All Elite it's just StarCast, but a wrestling promotion. And I'm not saying Mike Tyson's ever at StarCast; it's probably too expensive for that. But that's awesome. That's really great. It's everything from wrestling that you loved that's available. That WWE doesn't have wrapped up. Like next week they're gonna have. I think it's next week they're gonna have like Arn and Jake have like a sit down or a debate or something like that.
I know.
They're going to have
like the whole time
too.
With all the news about Sting being out of his WWE contract, all this stuff with Jericho and his bat has got me thinking, oh, how is Sting going to work his way into this?
That's a good point. Yeah.
What's going on here? It probably isn't, but it crosses your mind. All right, let's it might be premature to do this since we're about 10 days away from Double or Nothing. Having Tyson there to present the title to the winner of the TNT Championship match. Now, I think there's some calculus in play here regarding any potential. If you have Mike Tyson there, he's going to throw a punch at somebody during the course of this whole thing. Yeah,
probably. That's scary. Have you seen those videos of him?
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
He's 53 years old.
His hands are so dang fast. Amazing. So,
you think he's gonna swerve? Is he gonna swerve Cody and be like lining up with Jake?
it's either going to be there's two scenarios I see in play. One, it kind of mirrors what happened at WrestleMania 14, and it's Cody who ends up winning that match. Archer takes that punch, which is bad for Archer. He loses the match. He gets knocked out by Tyson. Bad day at the office for Lance Archer.
That ain't gonna happen. That's not.
Or the opposite. What I think would be pretty cool. I don't know if Tyson would be into it, but I think it'd be awesome. Is Archer wins? He steps up to Tyson. Tyson hits him with a work punch. Archer laughs it off.
Oh, I don't see that happening.
I know. I don't think Tyson would be into it. But man, if Archer won that belt, took a work punch from Tyson and no-sold it, woo!
That'd be cool and everything, but oh my God, on the list of things that aren't going to happen, Mike Tyson is not going to throw a punch and not have the guy like just get knocked out. I don't know.
He's not a pro. He's not a professional boxer anymore. So, I mean, I don't think he'll do it. But the same token, like, what does he really have to lose? It's a choreographed entertainment event.
Yeah, but then you run the risk of that being on SportsCenter.
Yeah, but everybody knows wrestling is
which is
fake.
what AEW wants, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna knock. He might. Okay, you know what it might be? Here's the thing. He might present the title. It doesn't mean he can't get involved in some other way. What if he lays out MJF? Mm-hmm. Like MJF is taking on Jungle Boy. He's probably going to end up, obviously he's going to win that, but he might try to take liberties afterwards. Maybe. And I could see maybe Tyson getting involved.
Or you get a situation at the end of the show in that stadium, the football stadium thing, where Jericho steps up to Tyson. Tyson punches Jericho.
Yeah, that's good too.
Entirely
that's good
possible.
too. Yeah, totally.
But if you want to build Lance Archer into like an unstoppable force, have him eat a punch from Mike Tyson and no sell it.
Look, it's a great idea. You're right. If you want to do that,
I know it's not going to happen though.
But there's no way Mike Tyson would let that happen. Not a chance. What if he accidentally potatoed him? And then Lance Archer is like accidentally just done. He's done. He wins the title.
He's knocked out, drooling all over the TNT title.
With the title on him like this. Oh my God, that's our TNT champion.
He's like Dr. Death after he got knocked out in Brawl for all. He's laying around, his eyes rolling around. Trying to figure out where he's at.
What are you going to do? So anyways, and then of course the death of Vanguard 1, I think, happened.
Yeah, man, he got beat to hell. Somebody in chat said, I don't think it's the first time Vanguard 1 has died. I can't remember Vanguard 1 ever getting beat up, but I don't think I saw all the delete stuff anyways. All the not in the Impact
stuff. No. So anyways, let's hop right into this. The show kicked off with, let me see here. Oh yeah,
Lance Archer throwing some stagehand out onto the stage of the arena. This particular individual runs towards the ring. Archer clotheslines him into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Lance Archer can just beat up random people all day, and I'll be entertained by it.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Roberts has a promo. He says he'll apologize. He's been asked to apologize about his actions last week. He says he'll apologize to Brandy after she kisses his ass.
Ew.
Says anytime you come into this ring, it's no man's land for any of you jerks. It's their book, and they're writing every chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jake... I understand he's a heel.
Yeah.
But he goes full misogynist. Says, a woman should be in the kitchen wiping babies' asses. Shouldn't be out here effectively. All right, Jake.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. He's a bad guy.
I know he's a bad guy.
What is he supposed to say? Yay for the I don't know.
Anyways, he tells Cody that his time is up. He can't hide anymore. No more excuses. And then somewhere, you hear a disembodied engine revving. And Jake is kind of selling it, but not. And we cut backstage, and Cody's in the nightmare truck.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And so he drives, 20 feet, runs over like one guardrail,
mm-hmm.
and then gets out. So the guardrail's not even blocking the full entrance. He could have gotten out, not even ran through it.
Yeah.
Gets out. Walks through the gap that was there between guardrail and raw wall anyways, storms into the actual venue. He and Lance are brawling.
He's got his fist taped too. He's wearing like business casual, and his fists are taped.
No, he had a full on suit, no tie, but he had the jacket and everything. So he kicks Lance in the balls, starts raining punches on him, and then instead of focusing on Lance, he turns his attention to the ring where Jake's still at. So he walks that way. Jake comes from behind, clubs him, tosses him over the barricade right into the timekeeper's table. And then Lance gets put into the ring post. He trips up Cody on the apron, and then Cody grabs Lance by the hairs, like trying to choke him with it. Lance elbows him. Cody tosses a chair at Lance. Lance completely no-sells it, drops him with a boot. He goes for his finish. Cody escapes. Cody goes for a cutter. Lance escapes. And at the end of all that, Jake just like, hey, Lance, just wait. Just wait till double or nothing.
Brandy had a great tweet a little while ago. It was a picture of Jake hovering over her with the snake. And she said, and the caption was, "Not today, Satan."
Oh, I saw that. That was great.
After that, we had the Jurassic Express versus the Best Friends. This was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus taking on Chuck and Trent.
But of course, Orange Cassidy and Marco Stunt were both present ringside.
Yeah, and this was fine. This was cool and everything.
Well, it's highlighted by Ray Phoenix trying to decapitate Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, so they're both in that casino ladder match thing. So that was fun. MJF came in, rammed Jungle Boy into the ring post. Chuck hits Jungle Boy with an awful waffle.
Man,
he gets the
nasty.
win.
That was a nasty awful waffle.
And then, oh my God, Wardlow just chucked Marco Stunt to the barricade.
Yeah, give me details about that, Steve. What happened there?
Oh God, I've never seen a throw like this. It was reminiscent, like it is in sheer brutality. It reminded me of Lance Archer when he chucked Marco over the barricade, but that was from the apron. This is a lot different from that. But man, that was crazy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it different?
What? What's wrong?
No, nothing. No, Wardlow seemed like he was trying to impale Marco in the barricade. It was rough.
I know. Didn't you see that? It was crazy. After that, Mox arrived.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, so did I. Mox arrived at the arena. See, that's why you guys got to watch the Twitch streams, because you'll catch on to what we're getting at. Mox arrived at the arena. Alex Marvez was there for some reason, and he tried to ask a question. Of course, Mox gave the man no respect. He smacked the camera guy, and Marquez says, "We may need security. I've never seen Dean Ambrose like that."
So apparently he's completely unfamiliar with the work of Jonathan Good, huh?
He doesn't watch wrestling.
So you don't know anything about this man's career, evidently.
It's just Moxley. Come on, man.
I know. This is entirely fitting in his character. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, pretty much.
Luke Harper stole Dean Ambrose's belongings, his title. Of course he's going to be upset.
Exactly. After that, we had a wonderful fatal four-way: Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, Britt Baker, and Hikaru Shida, all going at it. This is all really terrific stuff, man.
It was fun stuff, man. All of them are great. Statlander, she's going to be massive, like a huge star someday.
Yeah, she's going to be a big old star.
So good. She's so good. Britt Baker's character work is great. Sheeta's phenomenal in the ring. Penelope Ford's really good. They're all really good. In the end, though, Sheeta gets the win, pinning Penelope Ford, all while Britt Baker has Chris Statlander on the floor with lockjaw on. And this is a hell of a touch, man, these days. Because we know when Britt Baker first started doing it, she just stick her hand in someone's mouth. Now she's got to put the glove on. It's so good.
I love that. I think it's fantastic. Yeah,
it's so good. It's so
really good.
Early on in the match, Britt and Sheeta were having some back and forth, of course, because Sheeta broke her nose. But by the end of the match, Britt seemed more or less unconcerned with Sheeta and just wanted a piece of Statlander.
After that, Pineapple Pete, a.k.a. Suge D, had a little sit-down video.
This was great.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is really cool. He sort of tells his story. He's been at it for 16 years. He's like the Adam Mayhem of AEW, but with charisma. Jericho, he was like, Jericho doesn't respect my name. I'm Suge D. And he says, but at first I was insulted, but now I'm embracing it. So much so that they dubbed him Pineapple Pete on his lower third when he arrived for the match later on. And then at the end of this promo, he just started sort of partying while sitting down, kind of.
Yeah, man. He had like a drink at a pineapple, if I remember correctly.
He's like he's like the total heel to me. I can't stand pineapples.
Oh yeah,
they're completely disgusting.
No, they're good. I love pineapple.
Bama has a little pineapple shirt, and she always taunts me with it whenever she wears it.
Does she actually like pineapple?
I honestly don't know if we've ever had her try it. Just for the lack of like Lacey doesn't. I mean, Lacey likes pineapples, but she doesn't go out of her way to get them.
Yeah.
But Bama likes to. She's fine with citrusy stuff. Like we got like one of them imperfect boxes the other day. There's a lemon in it, and they send you a bunch of. You pay money, and they send you a bunch of like fruit and veggies in a box that are you know, they get it for cheap, I guess, because they're ill-formed or something like that. Anyways, it's like the smooth peat of fruit, and looks weird and ill-formed. So she was like, "Can you cut this open so I can like lick the lemon on the inside?" I was like, "What
is it about with the young kids that love to eat lemon? Both my kids love eating lemon.
Like, you are aware of what that tastes like, right?" She's like, "Yeah, give me the lemon." So I sliced it, gave it to her. She just run around.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're disgusting."
Yeah, both my kids love lemon. They'll say, like, we'll use it to cook or something. Can I have that? I was like, well, there's no juice in it. Yeah, can I have it? All right, here. I start eating it. It's like, it's lemon. It's tart as all get out.
Yeah. They're weird, man. Kids are weird.
Don't get it. Anyways, next, it was announced that Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida happening at Double or Nothing. Later on, it was announced no DQ match as well.
Shida loses, stays strong. Very good.
Yep. Next, we get a tag match. XLAX, Santana Ortiz taking on Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy. I hope Kenny Omega didn't actually hurt his leg, because towards the end of this, he was limping around a lot.
Yeah, he landed weird, and then it looked like he tweaked his knee, but I'm pretty sure he was just selling it. Because, I mean, in the end, he like hit a couple of V-triggers, I think. What won this thing? Didn't a V-trigger win this
thing? It was a V-trigger, so
the
Ortiz on the top.
Right.
Yeah, Matt and Ortiz are up there. Ortiz shoves him off. Kenny hits a V-trigger. Hardy follows with a super twist of fate for the win. It was a fun enough match. They gave it a lot of time. A lot of time.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Matt Hardy took some bumps too. There was that one where he flipped over the rope and hit his little hippies on the
corner
ring
of the apron.
And then
he got tossed in the barricade,
followed by a suicide dive against the barricade.
Yeah, and he got tossed to the barricade too, and he just ate that.
Yeah, like hard. Yeah, it was like, man, it was almost up.
Maybe his body feels great when he only has to wrestle once a week.
Yeah, he'll heal up. After that, this was kind of funny. This actually killed Darby for me a little bit. Taz was interviewing Darby Allin, and he was like, "Hey, I want to apologize to you, Darby, for continually bringing up your loss to Cody." He says, "I can help you," and Darby's like, "You don't get it. I placed third in the state of Idaho in wrestling." And then Taz was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that," and Darby just storms off. And I'm like, you kind of look like a 15-year-old angsty kid right now.
That's kind of his character.
Huh?
That's kind of Darby's thing.
No, man.
Yeah,
Mystique is a thing, not immature. I placed third in Idaho.
Well, here's the thing, because Taz was like, oh, you hit the coffin drop. You landed too far, like across. When you land on Cody, you slid back towards your head. So all Cody had to do was roll, which is a standard amateur wrestling move.
Yeah, Darby was like, yeah, I know that. Don't be condescending.
Because I placed first and third in Idaho in wrestling, so I know it's a basic wrestling move.
I don't like knowing that Darby Allin was into organized sports as a teenager.
Yeah, that was kind of
That's what it is. It's not necessarily his demeanor. You're right. That is sort of his thing.
Because how he said it was completely fitting everything he's ever done.
It was like,
but yeah, the fact that he was actually on the wrestling team. If that actually
worked
was
for
the case.
Evolve. Yeah, like
maybe he found his rebellious spirit late in life.
Late in life, what is he, like 21 or something?
No, I mean like after high school.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe this was a middle school. He placed third in the state of Idaho.
Oh, that could be.
Don't know.
That could be. And then he saw some. I was gonna say some Tarantino films, but like, what would have been the thing that got him into film school? Something dark. Maybe he saw some. Maybe he saw some. He saw some David Lynch. He saw Eraserhead. And was like, I want to do that. I don't want to be a jock anymore.
Yeah.
And his friend's like, come on, Darby. Being a jock is how you get all the girls.
I
don't care.
I'm going to be an artist. He drops the skateboard and rides off. I'm an artist now.
I'm learning how to skateboard.
Next, we had a Hikaru Shida interview. She's asked what her expectations are going into this title match. She said the best thing that she could do is beat Nia, so that's what she's going to do. Nia rolls in, says, "Hey, congratulations. I brought you a present, in fact." It produces a kendo stick, which Shida had lost. It was like a Twitter thing. Yeah. And they hit Shida over the head with it. It says to her, "I found your kendo stick, bitch."
She said it so great. "I found your kendo stick, bitch." And then laughed into the camera. Oh, that was hilarious. The delivery of that was fantastic. It was like that one time she said, "I eat bitches like that for breakfast," or something like that.
Yeah.
After that, we had MJF versus Lee Johnson. Boy, what a banger of a match this was. I literally didn't see this. I saw the promo at the end.
Well, I think the announcements, the MJF's promo afterwards were longer than the match itself.
Okay, that's okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So it's announced during the match that Britt versus Statlanders happened at Double or Nothing, and then Private Party versus Best Friends on the buy-in. Winner of that match, number one contender. And yeah, it's like MJF's in control. They're down ringside. He powerbombs Lee Johnson on the apron, follows the shoulder breaker in the ring, Fujiwara armbar. Lee taps. MJF grabs the mic, says he's excited for his match with Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing. Says he's got some ring rust. He's already feeling stiff based on limited action with Lee Johnson. So he could use a warm up. And notice that Marco Stunt had an open contract, so he signed his name on the dotted line. So I guess that's happening next week.
Yes. Poor little Marco Stunt.
He's going to get thrown around all over the place.
Absolutely. After that, we had Pineapple Pete, Shug D versus Chris Jericho. And Jericho kicked this off with a slap to Shug. And then Shug took it to him for like a good minute or so, man.
Yeah, man. And then ran into a Judas effect, and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then Jericho grabs the mic and says, "Now the threat of Pineapple Pete has been vanquished." Rips off the Pineapple Pete shirt he apparently had made for this bout. Then he calls out the Elite. He says, "What's Paige doing? Is he picking berries in North Carolina out in the woods?"
Yeah.
He says, "The Young Bucks are at home pouting." He says, "But we're going to give them another shot at facing us. We challenge the Elite to a stadium stampede match that's on the field of the Jaguars football stadium at Double or Nothing. And they're going to wait in ring until they hear the Elite's response. In flies Vanguard 1. Mm-hmm. He's got the little Inner Circle shirt that he took from Jericho. So Jericho asks Vanguard 1, "Do you accept?" We go to Vanguard 1 cam. It says, "We accept." Jericho asks him again if he wants to join the Inner Circle. He says, "But now, no, it's too late because they have their own sixth member, Floyd," which we never saw Floyd.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a ruse. And they have a message to the Elite.
Well, is Floyd the Bat?
Oh, maybe that could be what it is.
Floyd's the Bat.
Floyd is a bat. I was expecting another drone.
Yeah, me too at first. I thought there was going to be some cool drone fight or something.
I know, some drone lasers.
Yeah.
So anyways, he destroys Vanguard 1 with the bat. And the Inner Circle take turns destroying it. Matt Hardy eventually runs down. Inner Circle leave. He scoops up what remains of Vanguard 1 and mourns.
Yeah. Human. So next week we've got MJF versus Marco Stunt. Jake and Arn face to face.
That should be good.
I'd watch that for 2 hours. Seriously. Ray Phoenix versus Orange Cassidy. That should be good. That should be really good. I'm looking forward to that ladder match. John Moxley versus the number 10 from the Dark Order. 10. Sammy Guevara. Dude, that's what we forgot to mention. During the tag match, Sammy Guevara came out with a chair, and he had the neck brace, and he was moving so comically stiff. It was hilarious. And then Hardy planted him with the twist of fate, and that dude just planked himself. He completely gave himself a stinger. It was great.
It was fantastic.
Oh, so good.
It was pretty good.
And then, Mike Tyson was announced will present the TNT title.
Oh, Statlander landed right in her head during a Poison Rana.
Yeah.
That was bad. Yeah. But she just rolled out of the ring as if it was no big deal. So I'm guessing she's fine.
I think she just took it like anybody else usually does. But the difference was Penelope Ford released early. Yeah. And so, but I'm pretty
usually
sure.
I think the other person's legs kind of protect the neck a little bit. you know, should there be impact?
Maybe.
It looked like Statlander just landed right on top of her head.
But how many of those have you seen where dudes just freaking
like every single one of them generally looks like someone just plants their the crown of their head.
Yeah,
it looks like a rough move.
And then after that we had Christopher Daniels, your favorite wrestler, versus Brody Lee, Mr. Brody Lee. Sorry,
at least he hit that moonsault tonight. That he couldn't do against Pentagon.
Yeah. So Brody showed up, of course, wearing the AEW title. He calls himself, or he tells Dasha, hey, introduce me as the self-proclaimed AEW World Champion. I thought that they were going to do this a different kind of way. I thought the idea with this, I was like, oh, it's Christopher Daniels. Brody Lee is going to eat this guy alive fairly easily, given that Moxley had a hard time with his friend and contemporary whatever, Kazarian, the week before. But what's his face? Christopher Daniels put up a decent fight here.
Man, they got time to fill. So
yeah, that's true.
And for whatever reason, Brody Lee could not just focus on Christopher Daniels. A couple times he spent time talking trash to SCU, distracting him from the job at hand, which is, of course, defeating Christopher Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those times, especially when he was distracted, caused him to lose control of the match.
Yeah, it was kind of an overbooked mess, to be honest with you.
It kind of was.
In the end, it didn't really. I mean, did it matter? I know there was like in the big distraction, he tried to hit that the choke slam. How did this end up? What was the finish on this?
So the finish on this was Daniels goes up top for missile drop kick. Lee just grabs him, powerbomb.
Oh yeah,
discus lariat for the win.
Yeah, that was funny. All the distractions really didn't do much of anything. Beyond, I know Daniels had him in the thing. And that
the Koji clutch bit, and there's that bit where the Dark Order and SCU are all brawling ringside eventually in the ring, so Daniels has to release the hold, and then Daniels actually hits Angel's wings.
Yeah, and Lee kicks out of one.
Brody kicks out of one, goes for another. Brody escapes that. Daniels ends up hitting best moonsault ever. Brody kicks out of two there, and then drop kick, powerbomb, discus lariat. Brody gets the win. So the Creepers come to the ring to present the belt to Brody. And I was sure Mox was going to be one of those Creepers because they came from backstage.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the taller guy, and then I looked closer. I was like, oh, that's not him.
Yeah, no, I had the same reaction. And then Mox was just kind of like storming in through the venue itself. I'm like, that's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, why didn't they just have him be a Creeper?
I know. That's something Stone Cold would have done. So he's there. He starts throwing the Creepers around all over the place. The best part of this was so Brody and 10 were outside the ring, and so Brody takes one of the Creeper guys, throws him in the ring, and then leaves. Yeah. So Mox hits that particular Creeper with Paradigm Shift, while Brody and 10 take their leave. And then Mox had a promo that was all right. He says you can admire guts, you can admire those who seize opportunity, but I do not suffer disrespect. I will not suffer fools. And Brody's made a foolish decision, one he'll pay for with interest. At Double or Nothing, there will be a hailstorm of violence. And after, Lee may find that his AEW career is over before it started. At least there was intensity to it, so it was all right.
It was good stuff. It was good stuff. And that was it. That was the episode.
That was it. That was the show. It was a breezy show. Yeah. Fun enough.
I've got a question thread up here on Patreon if you want to.
I'm on Twitch, yeah.
Read some of the Twitch questions.
Sure.
So yeah, we put up for all of our recaps. We go to either the Twitch chat or on the Patreon. At $1 a month, you get access to the QA threads. So if you want to ask a question there, that's how you do it. Thayer Thabata says, do they need to make a new women's belt because the one they have is distractingly small? I would prefer it to be bigger. I don't think it's distractingly small. I'm just used to it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cooler if it was bigger, but whatever.
Yeah, same. Agreed. Dang MQ, Impact have been signing people. Crazy Steve, Sue Young, and they signed Tasha Steeles. The Impact, they have money apparently. They have not been adverse to signing people.
And they've taken care of people during the pandemic and stuff. And yeah,
both them and Ring of Honor have, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're doing fine. If I didn't cherish my 90 Day Fiance Tuesdays, I'd consider. Why would you roll your eyes? You haven't even seen it.
Actually, flipped the channels the other day, and we came upon an episode, and I said to my wife, "Oh, this is a show Steve likes." And we watched about 45 seconds of it, and I'm like, done.
45 seconds. That's nothing. Also, you can be all judgy and, you like something that's, I don't consider so good or whatever.
I'm an artist. Asian Murr, how do you guys feel about Austin Gunn? He clearly stands out in the crowd and don't know if it's good or not. Feels like a mega fan.
He
He's
definitely
hanging out with his dad, having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, look, he definitely didn't get the man gene like Billy Gunn. Like Billy Gunn looks like a statue.
Well, because his dad is super tall.
Yeah,
and Austin Gunn is maybe my height.
But he also has kind of a baby face. He doesn't have like the chiseled everything.
I think he's still pretty young though too. Because Billy is what, 6'4"? He's tall.
He's a big, and it's funny, man. When you look back at the WWE in the Attitude Era, he just looked like a normal guy. That's because I mean that's what it was, man. It's all like the huge guys that were all imposing and stuff.
Yeah, I remember when I walked by him when he was sitting in front of a payphone. Even then, I was like, man, that's a huge dude. Mm-hmm. And then every time we've seen him since then, it's like, man, he is super tall.
So Austin Gunn is 25.
All right.
How old is Billy Gunn? Because I want to see Billy Gunn when he was 25. Billy Gunn is 56. So he was born in 63. So in...
It'd been 88.
83, 88. Billy Gunn. Yeah, I don't know
if he was in WWE. I don't think he was in WWF by then.
No, I don't think he was either. When did he debut? He debuted in 85. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, here. No, it's 96. Never mind. I want some early Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn, 1988. I'm just going to see what pops up.
Yeah, you never know.
Images. There's one with him and Road Dogg. Do you think that's 1988?
Probably not.
Him in a video game.
I don't know exactly what this name is, so I'll say Tina. AEW made it known that they test their roster and they can only appear if they're cleared. Yeah, they have a wristband system. You get a yellow wristband if you test negative.
Wait, what? Say what?
So on the show, they made a point of saying that everybody in the attendance had been tested, and that if you test negative, you're fine. You have to wear a yellow wristband.
Oh, okay. If you test positive, they get them to the emergency room, like right now.
I would assume they go right to the hospital. And then we also learned tonight that Colt Cabana is apparently a juggalo because he was wearing a juggalo shirt.
Yeah. Well, they're big into the wrestling thing. They have been for a very long time, so it's not surprising.
Thank you. Hello, this is Yoshi. Judas Fiend, the leaks show up on Mike Tyson Mysteries. Is that show still on?
Mike Tyson Mysteries?
It was on Adult Swim, I thought.
Is that still on? I remember that was ages ago.
Yeah. Berg the Great. To me, the reason WWE doesn't want to have wrestlers in the crowd is because they have always seemed against having too many wrestlers seem like friends. AEW admits they are a smaller family operation.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's it. That's sort of what I was alluding to. Mm-hmm. Thomas Dunnigan. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that AEW sort of built their thing off of a very grassroots, hey, we're all in this together kind of thing. Yeah. So it just made sense for them. But WWF has always been like that.
Well, I mean, like WWE, at least in terms of kayfabe, they have not been afraid to make a very clear delineation between the face locker room and the heel locker room. And AEW more or less does that. You have MJF and Shawn Spears and Wardlow hanging out, gambling throughout the whole show. Jimmy Havoc's over there as well in that kind of vicinity. Sometimes Britt's there as well. And the faces, they occupy a completely different part of the ringside area, so it's not that huge of a difference.
It's not that big of a difference, but WWE, their storylines always feel like they're in different universes. It's always best when the storylines cross over, and every once in a while WWE will do that, and it's like that's when it's really good. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen very often. Usually the storylines are just in their own universes, Yeah.
Hugh Longheavy, according to Chuck Taylor's Twitter, that kick made Orange Cassidy see the future.
Oof. Eesh.
Yeah, that was a nasty kick.
That was. Let's see here. Thomas Dunnigan with the Stadium Stampede match announcement. Does that mean Cody has 2 matches? No.
No.
Okay, so the Inner Circle have 5 people? Is that right?
Yeah. So it'll be XLAX, Sammy, Hager, Jericho. So when the Bucks come back, Kenny, Page, Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Thank you for the sub, Morpin Ravioli.
Thank you.
They have a question as well. My mom said, "What is he talking about? Every time I see him, he looks like that." I don't know what that's referring to.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that's referring to.
Let's see here.
Judas Fiend. Sorry, go ahead.
Greg Morris. If it isn't Big Red, what is the Vanguard one of Going in Raw? It's got to be Gypsy. Because she just sort of hangs out sometimes.
We don't really have anything that acts like our herald, you know? That's what Vanguard 1 is. It's Matt Hardy's herald. It's the one that goes out and delivers messages for him.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking of something that's like, portable and talks to me.
Hilton. Judas Fiend. Matt Hardy looked like a cartoon character walking out. It was wonderful. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Morpin Ravioli, I think Matt is just going for it since he knows this is his last run. That could be.
That could be, man.
Just saying, it says neck tat or we riot. I'm just waiting for Steve to drop it off.
All right, I'll do it.
This is completely in Steve's hands.
It is.
I fear it's a situation where he feels bad that I lost and he won in hindsight. And it is like, I'm not going to put Larson through this.
Oh, well.
And if that's the case, a deal's a deal. I'll put the tat on, whatever. Let's just get over with.
Well, no, it's more like I feel bad, so I'm not going to make you go with the entire thing. But I'm not scheduled for anything tomorrow morning beyond watching NXT, and I can usually get through that like in an hour and a half. So I got time tomorrow morning. Expect it.
All right. Cam Lewis Gaming subscribed and gifted a couple subs. Gifted one. Sorry. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I got nothing else on the Patreon.
All right, dang MQ. With a lot of people not working due to the stay-at-home orders and losing money as a result, should AEW lower its pay-per-view price of $50?
It's $50, really?
Well, I mean, it was for previous shows.
It's not for me to say. That's
they got a business to run still.
That's their business.
I wonder how much of that is in their hands versus pay-per-view providers, though, too. You know,
I don't know.
I honestly don't know. Joe Juarez, will the Bat be renamed from the Ulysses Killer to the Drone Killer? Not in our universe, no.
Not in our universe, Ulysses Killer.
Hugh Longheavy says, Larson committed entrapment. # free Steve here. How did I entrap anybody? I didn't entrap anybody.
Are you talking about with Big Red?
I think so. There's no entrapment there. A couple bits, 200 bits from Cam Lewis Gaming. Thank you very much. Jonathan says, where in the fresh hell is Larson's neck tattoo? Ask Steve that question.
All right, there's been enough demand. I can't hold out any longer. I'm going to drop it off in the morning.
All right, see if that actually happens.
Be nice to get out of the house anyways. Let's see here. I'm on the Discord now. By the way, you can get access to the Discord. I just posted a link if you've been wondering, hey, I'm on the Patreon. Where's my Discord link? Just posted it the other day. Let's see here.
I didn't know this. Dang MQ. Cam Lewis Gaming gave us 100 more bits. Thank you very much. Dang MQ says, Moose has been great in Impact recently. He is the self-proclaimed TNA World Champion. The video package last night showed TNA legends like Jeff Jarrett and Hulk Hogan praising Moose when they were actually praising someone else.
Yeah, so like I saw that Impact, they started to run a regular video package, and then all of a sudden his cut in, and it just completely dominated everything. It's good stuff. It like, I don't know. I want to make time. I want to make time for it. It's just one of those things where it's like on Tuesdays, I'm like, man, I've already got.
It's like, oh, it's 90 Day Fiance day. To hell with everything else.
Well, that's going to be going away soon. We're at the very.
Really?
We're at the. Well, okay, it's a juggernaut franchise, so I don't know how long they take. So like, there are, I think, at least 2 separate 90 Day Fiance shows. What we watch is before the 90 days, which is when people are meeting for the first time. Like, it's all international stuff. So like it's somebody from the States, and they usually go to some international land to go meet this person they've talked to online. and like it's hilarious because like you kind of think that like, okay, well, they're just going to document them getting together. Most of the couples have broken up at this point. And so I think next week is probably going to be the last episode before they do like the little reunion thing.
Are they still shooting right now?
That's another thing. I would highly doubt it.
Because when we were flipping through the channels and saw it was 90 Day Fiance, I don't know if it was called In Quarantine, but it was something like that.
Well, they're doing like the reunion thing where they come back and it's like, it's like it's like a live thing because they probably wrapped ages ago, but it's all through Zoom.
This wasn't through Zoom either. This was on location in someone's house or apartment, something like that.
It wouldn't shock me at all if they took advantage of the pandemic.
Morpin Ravioli, who will be the fifth guy for the Elite in the Stadium match? Hangman or Cody? It'll be Paige.
Oh yeah, it's got to be Paige. Didn't Jericho say something like, "Well, you're jacking it in the woods in North Carolina,
picking berries"? Yeah,
that was funny.
Diehard Homer Larson, what do you hate more, strong wins or losing to Steve because Steve picked Otis? I mean, at the moment, losing. It's just the nature of the loss. Like if it was a thing where AJ never had the briefcase in his hands and Otis win, I'd be like, okay, well, all right, fine.
Wow.
But
they gave it to you. And
they took it away from me.
Took it away. Oh yeah, it's that video footage is amazing. By the way,
that stings.
It's because you go up like this, and I go.
I was happy, man.
And then I go up, and you're still up, and then
you do this to me.
Very briefly. This was just to the world. That was just to the world.
No, I feel like
it was kind of to you.
It was all to me.
It was like you and the world.
No, I feel like it's mostly me. Big Sal 54. At the end of the day, who do you think will have murdered Marco Stunt the worst? I feel like Lance Archer has got the leg up on the competition.
Nothing will beat Lance Archer.
This is a good question. Muted Mayday. Would you rather take a kick out of nowhere from Phoenix or a knee out of nowhere from Roderick Strong?
I'm going to say this. I just get the feeling, just saying this, Roderick Strong's been around longer in Phoenix. I feel safer taking one of his knees than what I saw tonight.
All right. A lot of people are saying that Cal is our Vanguard one.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good one. He goes out and about. He spreads the word.
He was representing Going in Raw when he was on Wrestling with Regret. So.
Correct.
Morpin Ravioli says they put the 2019 pay-per-views, I guess that would be AEW, on sale for $15 on Bleacher Report Live.
That's good.
White Brownie 92. What is Gordon Ramsay's favorite wrestling show? It's effing Raw. He says that about food sometimes. It's effing Raw. He says you can kill somebody with this chicken because it's raw.
Oh no.
All right. That's it.
Okay, well, that's the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with our NXT review live on Twitch at noon Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be up after that shortly on YouTube. So hopefully we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.